Hi all. Okay, I've got this Plaster of Paris for interior, and it's a dry mix. Plaster of Paris, professional grade, easy to sand and paint, non-shrinking, smooth, bubble-free formula. 25-pound bag. See here, it's just a white powder. Got to add water to it. So let's see here. Plaster of Paris sets hard in 20 to 30 minutes and has working time of 6 to 10 minutes. So after you mix it, you got 6 to 10 minutes to put it on. It can be painted with any oil or latex based paint. When dry, it is preferred by professionals, artists, and hobbyists. Okay, mixing instructions. Add 2 parts damp plaster of Paris to 1 part water. 40 to 50 degrees of warm water. Stir to smooth consistency. Do not mix more material that can be used in 6 to 10 minutes. Discard any unused material that has begun to harden. Okay, I got an ice cream bucket here, and I got about an inch of material there in the bottom. So we're just going to guess at the water. Okay, so there's the spot we need the plaster. It's mainly just that one little hole. The roof must have leaked from above.
Oh, the chimney.
Oh, around the chimney, huh?
Yeah, it's been fixed and stuff.
Okay, and then if we have some left over, we'll spread it around here a little bit. Okay, so we're ready to mix it up now. We got the ladder in place. We got the paper on the floor. We didn't scrape it yet. I suppose I should get up there and scrape it before we mix it. Okay, so when I started, I had one little hole here, about the size of a 50-cent piece. But this whole section here was loose. That's about the way it usually goes. So I put 3 deck screws in here, screwed it up into the lath. So the main thing is the plaster's got to get up in these cracks. And when it hardens, that's what holds it up. So this one's sagging a little bit, but I'm not going to mess with this. You start picking at it, the whole ceiling will come down. So the rest of the ceiling looks pretty good, so I'm not going to worry about it. So it's just this one spot here along the chimney. So that don't look good. So just don't stand under it when it falls and you'll be okay. Okay, so I made myself one of these thingies. You put the plaster on there and then you bring that up to the ceiling. So then less falls on your mother's head. So just a little stick of wood and a flat thing here. You don't need that ridge there on the side, but I thought that was a good idea. Okay, so wait, hold on. So we're looking for like thick pudding. So don't add too much water.
No, that's not enough.
Okay, you can put a little more water in there. Okay, good. I think that's too much water.
No, it ain't.
He's done this plenty of times. So
It's still dry. What are you talking about?
she knows what she's doing.
It's gotta be.
That's pretty thick. That's good. Okay, here, you hold the camera.
Okay.
Okay, so we're getting it mixed up here. I think that's kind of thin.
You didn't bring the thing up here, did you?
Yeah, I brought the rest of it up. Let's add a little to it.
Yeah. Don't get it all over her bed.
Okay, so you want it so it doesn't fall off the thing. Okay, so that's how you know it'll stick on the ceiling. So then I'll just put some on here. And we'll go up here and set it up there. We're going to have to put it on in layers. So that's not going to be even close to being enough.
Yeah, you gotta press it too so it goes into those spaces.
Okay. Okay, so I got some more mixed up here. So just remember it sticks to the putty knife. Then you know it'll stick to the ceiling. And then, wait for it to harden up a little bit too. It'd be easier just to do with your bare hands.
Well, you have to use small amounts. Yeah. Otherwise it'll fall right off your...
I'm not a professional plasterer. I think this is the first time I've done it, right? Or no, we did a little bit in the kitchen.
Yeah. A little bit in your bedroom.
I've done it 3 times. I'm a pro.
If you use the bigger trowel to catch when it's going to fall, you won't lose so much on the floor.
It's kind of hard to work up here next to the chimney and real close to the ceiling. Got to hold on to the ladder too. Yeah, I think it'd be easier to put on a pair of rubber gloves and just throw it up there with your hands. A lot easier than this.
Well,
okay, just put it on your fingers. Smooth it into the cracks. There's a tool that you can use to do your corners. I have one in the basement, but I don't feel like going to get it, so I'm just going to do it like this. I'm pretending to be Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, so that got the cracks. It's good enough. Smooth it around a little bit here. They call it design work. Right? It's starting to get hard, so you can work with it a little more. smooth it out. A lot easier to work with before it gets hard. The stuff in the bucket's getting hard here too.
It's on. Recording.
Okay, so you know I got a ball here. It's pretty hard. It's almost as hard as silly putty. I'm just kind of squishing it up in there and smoothing it out with my hands. That's a little too thick there. I'm gonna have to smooth that out somehow. I think the putty knife would just ruin it. I think I put too much in there now, fooling around for the video.
You might be able to use the other putty knife, the big one, flatten it
Now
out.
it's getting pretty hard. Okay. So then I'll just wait for that to get hard just a little bit and then just kind of rub it down to smooth it out. And then, you know, take your putty knife and just kind of scrape over it before it gets real hard. Just kind of smooth it out some. You know, of course, if you want, you can use sandpaper, but I think that would just make a big mess all over the room. So I think this is good enough for us. Might want to put one more layer on that. Just depends on how the boss feels. I think it's fine like that. Okay. Yeah, I heard it turn off.
Yeah, I turned it back on. It's on.
Okay, see ya. Bye.